Hi Taurus, welcome to your monthly reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of May, as usual, I have a special sales offer available, and this one is inspired in your season, Taurus, and it's called Building Blocks. And basically, it's a reading that looks upon themes of growth and what kind of energy is increasing in that regard, particularly material, all type of material sorts of growth you long to have and achieve in a current situation or future one, but also what kind of energies might be working against that same development you might be looking for in a project, in a relationship, in a work position, something concrete. So if you would like to know more details about that special offer or any other of my services, just email me. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do that by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So Taurus, I feel like more than the actual Taurus season energy, Gemini, as we move then into the Gemini season, it's going to be very important for some of you when it comes to making choices that affect the quality of your life. So I feel like up until May 21st, 22nd, 23rd, there will be this increasing of activity occurring that will kind of bring to the front the information that has been stalling. There seems to be something speeding up when it comes to information coming your way, but also the information you are receptive to understand within your own being that perhaps it will be easier for you to make sense of where you really want to go, what choices you want to make, who you want to be with. I feel like there's a lot of choices coming up as well, and May might be this decisive point in this sort of crossroads that pushes you into this understanding that, again, some decisions need to be made to ensure that same quality of life that I was speaking about, because it feels like no matter what this will be about, the underlying theme seems to pertain to again, this energy of quality of life. So it's very important that your job is giving you that, your relationships are giving you that, where you live, the space you live is giving you that, and it feels like there's some sort of physical restructure as well occurring when it comes to the spaces you go, you work, you live in. So you might be wanting to make an important decision when it comes to moving into another space with the Four of Wands. As we move into June, you might be considering this sort of house move, house investment, purchase. I feel like there's again some transformation occurring within a four wall situation. It could also be about a business of sorts. For some of you, this will be about moving in or not with someone. You're in a relationship or you are in a state of affairs here with the lovers in your unconscious. So again, the energy of Gemini seems to be a very pulling effect, drawing you in terms of making decisive decisions, choices that will perhaps bring you and another one closer, or bring you and another outside energy that connects with you the right way. So some of you are looking as well for that pairing, for that click in a business partnership, with a family situation, with a love situation, including your own self. Again, you're looking for that sense of union where things just click and they make sense and they operate in a way that is natural. Some of you are looking for a more natural, organic kind of lifestyle or life choices, love choices as well. So what does not feel natural, what feels too forced, you might be deciding to leave those type of things behind. I feel like some of you have been in this very slow progress when it comes to making your mind about something with the Four of Swords in your past influence, and that is what you're leaving behind. Is a very slow, difficult process here in really making up your mind about what direction you want to take something. For some of you, this slow progression of your mental clarity, awareness, even though it has been like this pain or this, just upsetting vibe, I feel like now that things will reach this sort of peak of understanding, this peak of clarity, this realization of where you really want to go and what choice you really want to make. It feels like with that momentum kind of been suddenly kind of occurring, because it might be felt like very sudden, and suddenly you're up to making very important, perhaps life-changing decisions, remembering that the Lovers is a major arcana, so the choices here are not small, even if they appear to be, even if there's this illusion that, again, is not making something appear as important as it really is when it comes to the substance beneath. Some of you that have been struggling with, again, making choices with your love life, I feel like it will be very clear here with the Eight of Wands, the Four of Wands, the King of Swords in the heart of a reading, the King of Swords, I'm sorry, in the heart of a reading. Your questions regarding someone else's feelings, intentions towards you, I feel like they will be clarified, as you do have the Eight of Wands and the King of Swords. So particularly for Taurus that are dealing with air signs individuals, so Gemini, Libras, or Aquarius, or just someone that has perhaps a very air predominant chart, there's a lot of interaction here, communication, expression of feelings, expression of desires, expression of perhaps future plans that maybe have not been a part of the picture before. You move into the Four of Swords, into the Four of Wands. It's almost like you leave the unwanted stagnation that served a purpose for some of you for recovery, into the very wanted four we have here in the deck, where it's like now there's an open room to really make things thrive. There's a space here to make a relationship work. There's a space here to make a business work. There's a space here for you to feel accomplished. For some of you, this is about looking as well to establish yourself in a way where you feel accomplished, and again, accomplishment that feels natural, that feels like that feels like you deserve it, that you really deserve it. Because I feel like some of you, not to say that all of you obviously that are hearing this have it easy, but I feel like for some of you that I'm connecting here, you have had an energy where you really didn't it's almost like some of you didn't really need to make that much of an effort to have certain things in your life, either because there was this codependency, either because there were people that were taking care of that, your partner, your family, maybe because you just were involved in an energy where things just kind of popped and happened to you without you properly giving it, as much as of yourself and as of your essence as now you feel you need to. So what I want to say is that perhaps you started this project, this business, this relationship, this something, more for material reasons, maybe not with your heart and your soul in it, maybe. And things started to go well, but there was this absent feeling here, this absence of emotion, of something really moving you, and stimulating you when it comes to the things you were doing. And for some of you, there's this positive as well change when it comes to how you pour your heart into your activities, into your work, into your relationships, into every single thing you do. There's an aesthetic, almost like brand put into it. That it's important. It's important that you put your brand into something. For some of you Taurus, it's important that you put your voice, your heart, your soul, all of you in something. I feel like, so for some of you there's this all of you kind of vibe. So whatever you're setting to commit here as we move into the next season and month, whatever you're setting yourself to do, it will require all of you. It will require 100% commitment to this path. So what May seems to bring is this clarity. And I feel like for some of you, it's like this provoked, almost like forced, something pushing this type of realization to occur. And it could come from you putting the right amount of pressure into someone to really understand what they want. It could be about someone doing this to you. It could be about, you're just, awakening to this again momentum where you need to make sure that things speed up. So if you feel like they're not occurring for themselves, you're going to kind of tease this energy until it brings it out. It brings out what you want. But as I was saying, this almost like forced realizations will be occurring and being life altering. I keep getting like something is to be said, acknowledged, understood, that can caught some of you by surprise. Some of you Taurus are dealing with exes. This King of Swords can be an ex, can be someone from your past. It can be someone that suddenly rushes in, with news, or someone that has all of this type of declaration to make. Suddenly, I feel like for some of you, there's this energy, suddenly they want to marry you. So it could be for some, someone just out of the blue appearing here with this strong motivation to show, that they want this type of commitment, marriage, living together, building something together kind of vibe. It could be a sudden, declaration like that. Even if it's not an ex, it could be someone you're dealing with already. And this person out of the blue, maybe they were, very like concealing their feelings and intentions, and suddenly they put it all out in the open. Or maybe this is you. Maybe this King of Swords can also be embodied with you. It can also be that you certainly realize what you want. Again, I keep getting like whatever this is, it's just like suddenly suddenly you feel it, suddenly you're sure of it, suddenly you feel ready for it. It could have also been that some of you have not just been ready to love, to progress the way you want it. Why? Because you were recovering. Some of you Taurus were really in a recovery phase that maybe was long, again, maybe it was annoying, but you will see how it will compensate now, because things are moving fast for you. There's a speeding effect, just bringing good things. And I feel like for some of you that have grown tired here of something, and it feels like a lot with your lifestyle. So Taurus that maybe have been living a life that really, has just not been suiting you and suiting your real needs. Some of you are like in this moment where you're redefining as well the type of life you want to live. So if you have been growing tired, there feels like there will be this fresh energy coming in, motivating you, stimulating you amidst challenges. And I see like amidst challenges, one of the things that seem to be beautiful here is that doubts will disappear. This is good when we want to make life-changing choices, because it's the moment where we are asked to take a leap and risk and risk it. So we can't risk something when we're so doubtful and so hesitant, and there are hesitations being dropped. And so again, this door opening and giving you the room to create your Garden of Eden, to create your perfect concept of home, commitment, family, business, something here that again entails that sacred space. So I hope you have a great month. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully, we'll see each other soon.